The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Live from Saline Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
We're bringing you developing news out of McDonough County, where 3 people were killed in a car crash early this morning.
Let's bring you right to the story we first broke to you online. The crash happened 6 miles outside of Macomb just after 2 o'clock this morning. 3 people have died from the injuries in this crash. 21-year-old Gabrielle Yoakum was driving the Jeep and she was killed. 2 passengers, 21-year-old Cassie Roberts and 23-year-old Cedric Huffman, were also killed. 23-year-old Justin Beer is being treated at OSF St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria. Hospital officials say Beer remains in critical condition. The 4 were in the car when the 2010 Jeep Wrangler veered off the road. The car landed in an embankment and came to rest after hitting a tree.
News 3 crew was at the scene of the accident. Here's Drew Hoffman to tell us more.
Thanks, guys. Our news crew was listening to the police scanner early this morning when we heard the call. The crash happened on westbound County Road 900 North. When we arrived at the scene and found police agencies were responding to the flipped vehicle. After they arrived, firefighters were working to get the people out of the car. After some time and investigation, the car was towed back to Macomb, and the Illinois State Police collected information from other responding agencies. So it was just a mess out there.
Do we know anything about what caused the crash?
As of right now, police saying it was speed related, but that is all they know at this time.
And do we know if all of them were wearing seatbelts?
That is one thing that they have confirmed. Everybody was wearing their seatbelts, so that is a positive, I guess you could say.
Okay, thanks, Drew. We will continue to follow this story as it develops overnight, and News 3 will update you tomorrow on Good Morning Macomb. WIU President Jack Thomas is expressing his shock and sadness about the 2 Western students who died in that accident. Thomas delivered his comments today on WIU's website. He writes, "The Western Illinois University community is saddened to learn of the deaths of students Cedric Huffman, a WIU senior of Macomb, and Gabrielle Yoakum, a WIU junior of Springfield, who died early this morning. We extend our deepest sympathies to Cedric's and Gabrielle's families, friends, and classmates." Beginning our campaign 2014 coverage this afternoon. At Tuesday night's Candidates Forum for the general election, voters had a chance to hear from the people running for several county seats.
Our campaign 2014 coverage kicks off this afternoon with News 3's Mario Calero.
Brody and Shanae, last year's per capita income in McDonough County was $10,000 below the Illinois statewide average. As Election Day approaches within the next couple of weeks, voters are beginning to ask, where's the money?
We're the 5th poorest county in the state. We can't even think about giving anybody a raise.
Voters were able to ask candidates running for this year's elections about issues plaguing the cash-strapped county. Some positions are running uncontested. On the McDonough County Board, 10 positions, or nearly half of all seats, are on the ballot.
There's a number of committees that do an awful lot of the business, and that needs to be spread out amongst a lot of people.
Several candidates echoed each other on the county's lacking presence online. Self-declared Democrat Bob Smith and software engineer Jared Huffman both stated their ideas on turning cyberspace into a resource for the county.
It wouldn't hurt to have some media on it also.
Such as?
Well, videos.
Online payments is one that could be huge, and a lot of counties do that. It could get revenue in much faster than checks.
The legalization of medical marijuana in Illinois this year prompts the question of where growing centers should be allowed.
Well, we're an agricultural-based county. It will bring economic advantages to the community, and the control issues kind of take care of themselves.
Aging infrastructure in McDonough County is presenting problems for board candidates as well as members who have been serving for a decade, such as Alice Henry.
The bulk of the road money comes from motor fuel tax, and that's a problem that needs to be solved at a higher level than county government.
Well, Henry's right. The inflow of money is largely out of the board's hands. However, the state's gas tax becomes diluted too quickly to make as big an impact as Henry presents. The Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning shows the state's 19-cent per gallon tax generated more than $1.2 billion in 2012. Out of that money, only $320 million went to the Illinois Road Fund. Other sources contribute to the road fund, much of it coming from the federal government and private donations. Most of the road budget goes to cover the 31,000 miles of roadway in the Chicago metro area. However, according to a NEWS3 investigation, only $1.2 million of the motor fuel tax went to McDonough County in 2012. Compare this with the $1 million federal grant for this year's Wigwam Hollow Bridge project and the $35 million in private donations released last week for the final phase of the Macomb bypass project. While state funding and other issues may not be fixed at the local level, candidates urge McDonough County voters against apathy this November.
It's too bad we don't have 500 people here. If we're going to get if we can't get people to show up at a town hall meeting, we've got to get wider participation.
This sheet contains all the data we collected in preparation for this story. Now, open voting registration is officially closed in Illinois. However, those still interested in voting that are not yet signed up can register during what is known as the grace period registration. They'll have to contact the local board of elections to find out how. Reporting from Studio B, Mario Calero, News 3.
Thanks, Mario. News 3 will have campaign 2014 coverage from the State Capitol building in Springfield, as well as around McDonough County on Election Day. We will stream live online at news3wiu.com, as well as Channel 3 live at 4.
Candidate for Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti will be holding a press conference at 4:30 p.m. today in Colchester. Sanguinetti will be discussing the massive income tax increase that Governor Pat Quinn plans on pushing through shortly after the November election. Joining Sanguinetti will be State Representatives Jill Tracy and Noreen Hammond, along with McDonough County Republican Chairman Mary Brookhart and Laura Kent Donahue. The press conference will take place at the Louderman Auction Facility in Colchester. WIU students had a chance to voice their opinions about economic development on campus. After a successful meeting in Tanner Hall, President Jack Thomas took to Tanner Circle on his series of town hall meetings to address economic development at WIU. Students here were given the chance to ask top executives of WIU about how they are going to improve WIU's economic state and other important topics. Topics discussed included the new smoke-free tactic, handicap accessibility, the return of a multicultural Greek sorority, and the repairs to the Malpass Library. President Thomas's next stop is Corbin Olson this Monday, October 27th at 7 p.m., and after that the Grand Ballroom the 28th with Macomb Mayor Mike Inman.
Monmouth police are investigating a phone call made by an unknown individual made to a local school. According to the Monmouth-Roseville School District, an unknown individual called their transportation department to have a pre-K student dropped off at a different location than normal. Parents of the child were not the ones to make the arrangements, and no approval was given for the change.
Dad's Weekend is here, and what better way to have fun than to have entertainment? According to Western's calendar, they will be showing comedian Jake Johnson's comedy movie. The movie is This'll Take About an Hour, which was listed as one of the 10 best television shows by People magazine in 1992. The event will take place at 8 p.m. in the Grand Ballroom.
It's time to help out a needy family in our area. Western Illinois University is hosting the 7th annual Stuff the Bus. It will be held from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Wednesday, November 5th. Buses will be parked at the Sherman Circle and other locations around Macomb. The food drive has collected more than 90,000 pounds of food. This year, donated food goes to places like the Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry in Macomb and the Salvation Army's Thanksgiving Dinner.
Each week, News 3 brings you closer to an animal in need of a home. This week's pet of the week is Ziggy. Ziggy is a 4-year-old Lhasa Apso. He is great with kids and other animals and is in need of a loving home. Ziggy is from the Epitome Rescue Organization here in Macomb and is currently living at a foster home for now. If you are interested in adopting Ziggy or finding more information about the organization, contact Angela France at 309-331-4456.
Coming up after the break, a business will be shutting down soon on Macomb's downtown square.
And WIU has a fair that will help students choose or change their major.
And temperature-wise here in Macomb, we're up to 70 beautiful degrees, but colder temperatures are on the way this weekend. Details in the full forecast in a couple minutes.
Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision, award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4, Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Take your train and go. Stand by 3 for the push in.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's watching.
That's me, Chris Levingood, a senior broadcasting major at Western Illinois University. From networking in DC at a national conference to getting hands-on experience behind the news desk and in the field, the opportunities I have at WIU are preparing me for a successful media career. This is my story. What will your success story be?
I think News 3 is great. It's all one common goal. Everybody's trying to be #1. Last year we were #1 in the nation. We beat out Florida and Oklahoma. I get to work with so many professionals. It's a really great experience, and they're always there to help, and it's just all around fun. Jasmine Crichton really does make it a real life experience that most schools maybe not, they don't offer that.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Sinead Glasgow, Brody Waddell, weather with meteorology major Nicholas Stewart, and sports with Tyler Eddy. Live at 4 continues.
A local business on the downtown square will be closing at the end of this month. News 3's Johnny Cather has more. Hope Community
Following the recent pattern of local businesses being forced to close in Macomb's own downtown square comes yet another shop that will be closing its doors for good this month. Countywide Office Supplies, located at 122 Northside Square here in Macomb, has been serving the community at this location for nearly 25 years. I had a chance to sit down with shop owner Terry Arnett and discuss why he'll be closing down.
Macomb's got a lot of good people in the surrounding areas. We traveled about a 50-mile radius. We had at one time 3 salesmen. And, as time went on, the internet came out, and things started shrinking, and you come to a point where you just say it's time to retire.
Terry went on to say that Countywide will be selling their customer base to Chapman's Book and Supply on Adams Street in Macomb in hopes that their customers will continue to buy local, as it's a great way to give back to the community. The story took an uplifting turn when I found out that another local business will be moving into the property once Countywide closes later this month. Rhonda Brown and her sister Lois have managed Hope Community Thrift Store for 3 years and eagerly await their move to the larger, more open location.
We have been looking around for a while for a different location that is more visible to the public. I've always wanted to be uptown on the square, so we're excited about that. Macomb Project Hope stands for Help Our People Eat. We got together a group of people. We wanted to help people in the community with food insecurity.
In an effort to make the move a little easier, Hope is offering massive discounts until they close at this location on November 7th. The organization, made up almost entirely of volunteers, hopes the new location in the square will bring them more foot traffic and in turn expand their outreach and customer base. For News 3, I'm Johnny Cather.
Hope Community plans to open their doors at the new location by November 21st.
The Macomb Park District's annual Lakeview Prairie Pumpkin Hunt is underway. Participants are able to hunt Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Lakeview Prairie Center from 1 to 4 p.m. It costs $5 for a game card to participate. The last day to hunt will be Saturday, October 25th. As midterms are approaching, so are the stresses of declaring a major. However, WIU is making choosing your major not so scary. News 3's Sarah Despain reports on how your decision can be made a little easier.
Every college student hopes to find that major that they will fall in love with.
I came to Western and found the fashion merchandising program, and I was like, I can't not be in that. So I decided to change my major and came into the program last year, and so it's been a great experience since then.
Yesterday, the College of Education and Human Services helped make students' life a little easier by hosting the major fair. Here, students could ask questions on majors they were interested in.
I looked at fashion buying and I saw they had to take math, but I wasn't sure how intense the math was. And so when I talked to the girl at the fashion merchandising booth, she said it was more like algebra based.
The major fair provides students with more than just information on majors. It also provides students with information on internship opportunities, job opportunities, as well as information on minors.
Whole semester internship, the students will be placed outside here. Some are still here, but most of them go out and they work in a clinic or in a hospital or in a gym or student teach within the high school.
Students who attended the fair even had the chance to learn about one-of-a-kind majors.
Well, here at Western, we are the only school in Illinois that offers an emergency management bachelor's degree and one of 6 in the country.
Students also had the chance to get familiarized with organizations and clubs around campus.
Say you're interested in law enforcement, I can get in contact with like a law enforcement specialist and can connect you guys, and we can do something volunteering to that major.
You can fall in love with your major too. See you at the next majors fair. For News 3, I'm Sarah Despain.
Thanks, Sarah. Nationwide, more than half of college students change their majors at least once.
The sun peeked through the clouds today and shined bright over campus.
These high 70 temperatures are cool in October and looks to stay that way. Nicholas Stewart has more when we come back.
When you get to be a part of the people that really are here for one common goal, one common interest, and that's to be the best, and that's such a big deal to me. You see all these plaques hanging around here, and I definitely want to make my mark before I leave here as well. Last year, there was no one better than Western's newscast. Plain and simple, we won statewide and then nationally. I couldn't be any happier with how things are going out for me right now. Everything that I wanted, I got.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
News 3 means to me an amazing experience. Being able to work with seniors, it's given me the experience and the knowledge and getting to know more about writing and becoming a better writer. Being able to be an anchor and do what I want to do in life. I don't want to leave. I'm not ready yet. I don't think there are words to describe how thankful I am for everything that everybody has given me and taught me while I'm here at Western.
That's me, Joe Decker, owner of San Diego-based Gut Check Fitness, Guinness Book of World Record holder, World's Fittest Man, and WIU graduate. There are a few things that have helped me get to the top of my industry. Growing up on a farm in the Midwest, serving in the U.S. military, and graduating from WIU. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Yeah, beautiful conditions in Macomb this afternoon. Look at mostly sunny skies. Temperatures did increase to hit the 70 marker later on, or a little bit ago. We're at 70 degrees, like I said. Winds have shifted from the southwest about 8 miles per hour. That's helping raise our temperatures just a little bit. Looking at the satellite radar composite, most of the storm system that impacted our area has moved on off to the east. That way, we're looking at mostly sunny skies for us right now, and that's pretty beautiful. These temperatures are also going to raise because of the sunshine. 68 in Davenport, 75 in Des Moines. But again, we got the colder temperatures off to the east where they're still dealing with the cloud cover, only 16 in Indianapolis and 56 in Chicago. Looking at a broad picture right now, we have Hurricane Gonzalo, a major hurricane off the southeast, but for us, much quieter for us, and we're going to really enjoy it. We're looking at mostly sunny skies pretty much again for the entire region. We are looking at these two areas of low pressure on off to our west. One up here is a stronger one. That's going to be our weather maker as we go into tomorrow. Going into tomorrow again, we got the cold front pushes through. That'll slash our 70-degree temperatures down by about 15 degrees, put us down to the 50-degree mark. We're not looking at a chance of frost yet, but again, we're looking at the colder temperatures move in. As we go into Saturday, Father's Weekend moving in, football game on Saturday, high pressure moves in on off to our north. This is going to help bring in much cooler air from Canada, bring in much colder temperatures, and again, the frost advisories and the chance for frost to lie just to our north. I don't think we're going to get that cold, so you can, if you're not a fan of the cold, I think you can appreciate a little bit of that. For tonight, we're looking at a low about 48 degrees, mostly clear skies, so if you're going stargazing, pretty nice day out for that. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, 62 degrees. After that cold front pushes through, that'll start knocking the temperatures down. Winds about 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to over 30 miles per hour at times. And again, the weekend gets a little bit cooler. We're down to the 50s, but we start warming up again for the work week. Upper or mid 60s by Monday, cooling off a little bit by Tuesday, but overall a pretty nice forecast for the weekend. But we're also going to start drying out just a little bit, so thankfully the farmers can appreciate that. A nice sunny, clear skies for that.
Thanks, Nick. Farmers around the area are fighting the fall weather to save their crops. WIU Director of Agriculture Andrew Baker says farmers are facing an uphill battle.
Our summer was extremely cool and extremely wet than normal than what we see. So the crops, as they're maturing, they also have to mature and dry out as well. So with the cooler weather and the extra moisture, the plant has to release that moisture in order for fall harvest to take place.
Due to the soggy ground from all the rainfall, it becomes difficult for farmers to get into their fields. The tractor tires cause ruts in the fields and can affect future growth of crops. Baker also says the crops have to be completely dry in order to have a productive harvest. Residents should expect to see more tractors out late at night as the harvest season comes to a close.
Coming up next in sports, Tyler's in with a preview of everything from Macomb High to WIU. The Macomb High Bombers face a tough test at home on Saturday.
And two Western Illinois men's soccer standouts receive Summit League recognition for the second straight week. All that and more is next.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
That's slow, that's slow. That's slow and below the top.
Hello, Western Illinois. The Macomb High Bomber football team is back in action this week, but they won't be playing under the Friday night lights. The Orange and Black will take on Mater Dei Catholic this Saturday at Macomb High School. The Bombers are looking to improve off a rough game against rival Quincy Notre Dame, where they were held to just 57 yards through the air. The team was able to pile up 220 yards of total offense through the rushing game, led by sophomore running back Trey Augusta. But the defense surrendered nearly 400 yards to the QND running attack. The Bombers are 1-1 on the year when they play right here in Macomb. Kickoff for the game against Mater Dei Catholic is set for 2 p.m. And now, taking down the 10th ranked team in the country can certainly bring some attention to any football program, but Western Illinois has certainly experienced that this week after taking down the 10th ranked Youngstown State Penguins on Saturday. Leatherneck quarterback Trenton Norvell has been crowned a College Sporting News All-Star and was one of 3 offensive players selected for the award. Norvell was also named a CFPA honorable mention at quarterback. The sophomore and the rest of the team will face another tough task Saturday when they take on the undefeated and 9th-ranked ISU Redbirds for Dad's Weekend at Hanson Field. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Now the Western Illinois men's soccer team has been on one of the hottest streaks in program history this fall, tying an NCAA Division I record for consecutive shutouts at 5. And when you have a streak going like that, you probably have some good players to show for it. 2 of those players were recognized this week for their outstanding performances. Seniors Charlie Bales and Yves Dietrich have been named co-offensive and co-defensive players of the week, respectively. Bales topped off the week with an impressive 3-point performance, including a 3rd consecutive game-winning goal, which was also Bales' 4th goal in the last 3 games. Dietrich extended his shutout streak as the WIU keeper to 450 minutes, which ties a Division I streak. And the Western Illinois cross-country team is headed to Peoria, Illinois this weekend to compete in the Bradley Pink Classic. This will mark the 2nd of 3 visits to Bradley University this season. The Leathernecks will also get a first look at the course that will be the host of the Midwest Regional that will take place November 14th. The last time the Leathernecks competed in a meet, 5 of 6 members of the women's team set career marks in the 5K. Senior Mark Holt was the top finisher for WIU in the men's 5-mile. And guys, that's all the time we have for sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Tyler. One woman is making sure that the fall season never leaves her coffee cup. We'll have more after this.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
That's low, that's low. That's low and low. Seriously.
The fall season is here, and if coffee is your thing, then you may have had a pumpkin spice latte. One woman in Moline thinks that this shouldn't be the end of her favorite drink.
Sherry Lynn Gustafson has bought 52 boxes of the latte that will last her until next fall. She says that she does not want the store employees to think she is crazy, so she has been stockpiling the beverage mix. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Nick, you have final weather.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about again a nice weekend up store. A little bit cooler on the cool side again. Low temperature is sitting at 30 Saturday night into Sunday, but I can't complain. Sunny skies. I'd say perfect football weather this weekend. I would say so.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Shanae Glasgow.
And for Tyler Eddy, I'm Brody Waddell. We'll stay on top of your news overnight, including today's top story, and bring you the latest updates on News3WIU.com.
Tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Good Morning Macomb. Have a great evening.